About a month ago, two regular customers showed up at my shop on the same afternoon. One drove a 12th generation F-150. The other had a 13th generation. Both trucks had almost identical mileage, and within 5 minutes they were arguing over which generation Ford actually got right. Listening to them, I realized something. Everybody has an opinion about these trucks. Almost nobody has ever put them side by side after 200,000 miles. So I decided to do exactly that. I needed a 14th generation truck too, to see where this thing was actually heading. Finding a clean 14th generation truck with nearly 200,000 documented miles wasn't easy. The closest one I found had 189,000. I'm RJ, 20 years working on Fords. By the end, one of these trucks surprised me more than any F-150 I've looked at in years. Same trim on all three, XLT, Super Crew, 4x4. So this isn't skewed by luxury features on one truck and a stripped-down work package on another. Same basic 5.0 Coyote family too, though each generation brought its own version of that engine and its own idea of what an F-150 should be. That's not a flaw in this comparison. That's exactly what we're testing. Every one of these generations has a reputation online that doesn't always match what shows up on my lift. Guys swear the steel truck is the last real F-150. Others won't touch anything built before aluminum. The trucks don't always agree with the internet. Here's how we're settling it. Every truck goes through the exact same inspection I'd run before telling a customer to buy one. 5 categories: engine, transmission, body, electronics, what actually needed fixing. Same criteria, same order, every time. And I'll tell you who's ahead after each one. Let's start where every mechanic starts, under the hood. The 2014 runs the first generation Coyote. 360 horsepower, 380 pound-feet, the simplest version of this engine Ford ever built. Cast timing chain tensioner, no direct injection to worry about, no cylinder deactivation, nothing between the fuel and the cylinder except a straightforward port injection setup that keeps the intake valves washed clean on every stroke. On the bench, this is about as straightforward as a modern V8 gets, and after 200,000 miles, it showed exactly what you'd hoped for. Even bore wear, a tight bottom end. Nothing sudden. The 2020 runs the 3rd generation Coyote. Dual fuel injection, higher compression, 395 horsepower, more capable on paper, and the direct injection side of that dual system means better low-end response than the 2014 ever had. But this specific generation carries a documented issue worth checking on any 2018 through 2020 truck. Excessive oil consumption traced back to how the engine manages vacuum during certain deceleration events, pulling oil past the rings and into the combustion chamber. Ford eventually landed on a fix, a computer reprogram, and a revised dipstick. If that update hasn't been done, that's the first thing I'd budget for before buying one of these. Because ignored oil consumption eventually means ring and bearing wear you can't reprogram your way out of. We checked this truck's history, the update was done, and consumption since has been normal for the mileage. The 2022 runs the 4th generation Coyote. And this one is a genuinely new engine, not a software update later.